Hi, I'm HP and welcome to my little slight soft tutorial ass-kicking rocker. This is a more advanced tutorial, so we are checking out the lead guitar more or less, because rim guitar is very easy. I'm gonna show what I mean. Yeah, and so on. Phew, I'm already sweating. Actually, to play such kind of music or such kind of guitar, actually it's really recommended that you don't sit when you play, because actually it's really impossible to really go into the bendings, because when you stand with the guitar and you go in the bendings, you do stuff like this, which is currently missing. And since I'm a wah-wah here, it's totally impossible to get the full sensation of this kind of playing. But anyway, I'm gonna show you some tricks and tips and licks, even some licks, how to play such stuff. Yo! So let's start now. First of all, sound settings. In this case, I'm using a Waves guitar amplifier plugin. The GTR thing. Actually, it's a very cool plugin. Very nice high gain settings. And the nice delay you're hearing here is my Eventide Ultra Harmonizer delay plus a Lexicon LX15 reverb and my Dunlop wah-wah. Crybaby, by the way. So, this is the sound setting, of course, and the gain level is a maximum. As you can hear, there's a lot of delay on the sound. That must be like this, because now you think it's too much delay, but when you hear it in the sound, if you don't have such a massive delay, your sound will be not that fat and not that ass-kicking as you want to have it. So, don't think it's too much delay. It's really needed, that much delay. So, then when you're gonna play stuff like this, you really need to have your harmonics together and your pentatonic positions. I do a lot of really extensive harmonics to really get that highlight. I show what I mean. See, now really exaggerated a little bit. If you don't do the harmonics, you don't really have that punchy stuff. Yeah, at least you should use the harmonics on the highlights, like really train that you get in the relaxed position of the hand. When you do runs, then when you want to have the highlights, like on the palm muted run here, a 5-7, 5-7, and I want to have the harmonic here. Then just out of the position of your hand, you just turn around and give the kick. That really makes it. Yeah, really pay attention. And what is also very important, this tempo is like 110, I think, or 100. I didn't check it. But this is a tempo where you can play straight 8 notes and also straight 60 notes and really play them very tight. Like, and just add the accents. Like they still run here, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 8, 9, what is this, 7, 9. And do it in this position. When you come back down, then you use the blue note as well. It's normal pentatonics with the blue note. And when you play it in 60 note, it matches exactly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. I missed one, that's why it doesn't match. But see how it works in the track. The main thing, but you need to have an instinct, to train your instincts, use your peripherals. You know that from the movie, the 40-year-old virgin. Use your peripherals, train your instincts, that you have those 16 notes together. You can play any kind of stuff like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you make the harmonic on the first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your instincts and your user peripherals. This movie is so funny. I really love that one. I have it on DVD, and I keep on repeating a few scenes there for on and on. I like to see use your peripherals, use your instincts, and it's the same thing here. Get the thing together, having the accent on the one with your 16 notes. See, then you can play anything. That's how it works. I mean, you can learn tons of licks. You should know a few licks like the one I showed you before. By the way, I made a mistake. There's another note which I missed to tell you about here. 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7 here as well. Here we have the blue note, and here 7, 8, 9. And that one matches exactly. And just play it in 60 notes and use your peripherals. Yeah, that's the first thing which is very important on the ass-kicking thing. Second one, of course, as usual, the bendings, vibrato stuff. The bendings have to be very extreme, especially when you go on the high notes, because when you're playing the low position, as you have a very fat and massive sound when you go upwards, like in that one really must, and that's the one you pull up the guitar. And there's a trick how you move from below to the upper position, which I am doing. Is like I just make a lot of noise, but just hitting the empty strings, and it doesn't matter if the tone gets dirty with the other string. Even sometimes it's even cool, because when you have a lot of dirt, you have a lot of intensity. I mean, playing perfect doesn't mean that you play every note perfectly. It means that you play a perfect mood. In this case, ass-kicking rock, which is very red, very instinctive, stuff like this. Show you what I mean. Now, did you hear the noise I made? You didn't hear it, but if I wouldn't, you thought it is not a really fat and intense sound. You didn't hear it in the sound, but with that, it's nothing. To believe me. Of course, then you need to release that one, and then you stay on that one really good. Make some motion with the harmonics and with the intensity of the bending, of the vibrato. That's really one of the main things. Another thing which also works very well are double stops up you're playing the chords. I mean, because the other rhythm guitar is playing the rhythm guitar. Stupid sentence I made now. Yeah, but it's how it is. The rhythm guitar is playing the rhythm guitar. You don't need to play rhythm, but still you can use it as an expression in your soloing, but you don't play exactly the same thing. In this case, the rhythm guitar is playing our E7 sharp 9 to G5 to A5 3 times, and then the 4th time it goes to D5 and A5, and you can use that as an element in your soloing or with the double stops here. I'll show you what I mean. So, in this case, I didn't use the lower chords because the other guitars already play them. I used the upper chords, which are here G and A. Made a lot of noise. I then switched back to the intensive harmonics. And now we really got the mood together of this intense thing here. And still you did see it's not really virtuoso till now. Of course, it's advanced stuff. You need to have your positions together. Somehow you need to have your basic techniques together with palm muted runs, with harmonics, of course. But still it's not a too big deal that you can say, oh man, I can never play that one. Yeah. So now with this you can really fill the whole room of this soloing very, very nicely and very intense. And believe me, the main thing we want is intensity. So if you're a fast player, some of you might are fast players, at least players, in different meanings. We add some, I think this one is very easy. I saw this from the other guitar player, from a famous Swiss rock band called Gotthard. He used that when I told my student, look, he's using the easiest run you can do to sound fast, which is actually, this is the easiest one you can do to sound fast, in fact. So it's that one here. You made like a legato run, 7, 8, 7, 9, 7, 9. It's a sextole run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, and you only attack the first one. Now you have to adjust it to the speed. Oops. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's not sextoles. I found it. We found it the other day with a student. It's actually I don't know how you call it. 12 notes per beat. So it's not sextole, which is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. That would be sextoles and says double time. So it's I don't know how you call that one. 12 notes per beat. Pretty easy one, but the point is to come out. You can do like this. just once you move up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, and you come out nicely. So now we have learned 3 main techniques, playing this ass-kicking rocker thing. Use the peripherals in the movies doing like this. You should watch the movie. It's so funny. Yeah. Learn to play any kind of runs with the instinct to have the pinch harmonic on the first of the 16 notes. Then we have the double stops. We have the making noise when we jump up in a high bending. And for those who are fast players or want to be, I mean, believe me, that run which I showed you before now, as I said, is the easiest one of them. You can make this a little bit show, oh man, I can play fast. And nobody will really mention if a pro listens to you and you don't get out of the runs very smooth, then then he knows, but nobody else, that you can only play that run, which is not so bad. Yeah, and then we have it together. That's the main thing. Then you add some wah-wah. Double stop. Use the peripherals. Yeah, that's the main thing. Sounds very wild. It is a little bit wild, and that's also the last of my my recommendations. If you really want to sound wild, be wild. That's the thing. And when you practice your stuff, don't practice a lick. Try to make an expression on your lick, or even on the one bending or one that it really sounds wild. I mean, you can play a bending like, or you can play the. That's a big difference, believe me. Practicing stuff like this, make it sound wild. Same lick, not played wild, that's really a big difference. And whatever you do, also with the runs, you can play the palm muted runs like I don't know, like the Volksfest. Or you can play it, I better be the guitar player. It doesn't matter if you make some extra noise or you don't. Maybe you think it was not perfect, but the perfection is not in playing each note perfectly. Perfection is in the mood you're creating. That's the point. Same thing also with the double stops. You can play, or you can play. Same thing. I played now with a lot of dirt in it, so I didn't really hit the right strings. But the point is the expression of it, and that's where you should pay your attention, and which is your personal thing. I don't know how you sound when you're wild. That's the thing you should find out yourself. Yo, I think now we have it. So, see you next time.